Hello everyone, I am Abhishek from Yocket. Today I will be helping you all in filling DS-160 form for F1 student visa. What is DS-160? It is basically an online form which is mandatory to fill for every student planning to study in the US. Visa officers use this information entered on the DS-160 to process the visa application and combine it with a personal interview to determine an applicant's eligibility for a non-immigrant visa. Before getting into the steps, let us discuss some facts that you must know about this form. Some facts for you. 1. For all students, make sure to fill the DS-160 form approximately in the month of May so that your visa appointment date is not delayed. 2. The form must be submitted online prior to your appointment at the consulate. 3. The barcode number on this form is required to book an appointment. 4. When you fill the form, you are certifying that all the stated facts are true. If they are false, you will be ineligible to enter the US. Now let us discuss each step of the form and fill it simultaneously. Before that, let me tell you that majorly only two docs are needed, that is passport and I-20. The soft copy will also work. To fill the DS-160 form for F1 student visa, please visit the link mentioned. The same link is also mentioned in the description as well. Select DS-160 online non-immigrant visa applicant under non-immigrant section. As you all can see on the screen, the first step is to select the location. Currently I reside in Mumbai, so I will be selecting that since we are filling it from scratch. Moving on to the CAPTCHA. After filling this two details, you can see three options. I will be selecting the first one, that is start an application. An application number will be generated. Save it. It is a 10-digit number which will help you in retrieving your form in future. So save the number. Along with this comes the security question. Here it is asking for mother's name. These two questions will be asked while retrieving your application. After this, actual form filling start. In total, there are 14 sections that you have to fill. Some sections have subsections. I will be showing you the steps from pre-filled form. So here is how to retrieve a form which is previously saved. First section is of personal information. Most of the details will be from your passport. So keep it handy while you are filling the form. Please fill all details as per your passport. In the surname section, enter all surnames or family names exactly as they are written in your passport. If only one name is written in your passport, enter that as your surname. In the given name section, if your passport does not include a first or given name, please enter FNU, meaning first name unknown. Other names used included your maiden name, religious name, professional name, or any other name by which you are or have been known. Make sure to enter the other names you have used in full. Thus, if you have only used another surname, enter it along with your usual given name. If you have only used another given name, enter it along with your usual surname. Moving on to the section of native language. Since Indian passport does not have that, please select NA. Next is, as you all can see, you have ever used another name. Select accordingly and answer the questions. Moving on. Since Indians do not have a telecode representing their names, please select the option does not apply. Then comes the basic details, that is gender, marital status, date of birth, city, state, country. And the first subsection of personal information comes to an end. Moving on to the next subsection, it is about nationality. Select the appropriate options and fill this section. If you hold multiple nationalities, select the apt option and go ahead. The question of national identification does not apply to Indians. Even if you have Aadhaar card, click on no for this option. Now that we have filled one section, it is very important to save your application so that you do not lose the data. Once you click on the save button, it will be saved on your desktop. After saving the application, continue filling the rest of the form. Next comes the part of address. Fill all details and you are good to go. Then comes the part of contact details. Provide the numbers, and if you do not have a particular number, then select does not apply and go ahead. Now you have to fill the second section too. Do not forget to save. Address and phone information. Don't forget to mention details regarding your social media presence. Let us proceed to next section, that is passport. For document type, select regular, as that is what applies to Indian students. We do not have a book number, so click on does not apply. Fill all the details as they are given in your passport, like the state who issued, passport number, expiry date, which obviously has to be at least 6 months away, and other details. If you have lost your passport, then fill the details accordingly, and do not think this is not important, because each and every detail is crucial. Let's continue with the next section, that is travel information. State the purpose of your visit. Since you are going for higher studies, select option academic or language student F and specify as student F1. About specific travel plan, which is study purpose. Intended date of arrival, which will be somewhere before your orientation. Period of staying will be mentioned in your I-20, so write whatever is mentioned in that. The appropriate date to travel is 2 weeks before your college starts. So book your flight tickets and mention them accordingly. Address where you will stay in the US. Since you must have already booked an apartment or must have decided where you will stay, just feed in all the details here and you are good to go. If you are staying at relatives' place, enter their details. Entity paying for your trip can be self or parents. Whatever you select, please mention the app details of that entity. Such questions are so that you don't become a liability to the US government. In the next section, which is about travel companion. If you are traveling with a group of friends, family, mention their details. If you are traveling alone, then select no and move to the next section. Then the next section, which is about previous visits to the US. If you have been there, select the category which is applicable to you and fill the details. If not applicable, then select no. If you ever were issued a US visa in the past, then mention about it. If not, then move to the next section. In this section, most of the answers will be no. Next section is about contact information for the people in US. Some names will be mentioned in your I-20. People you have contact when you arrive, so you can put their contact details here. Next section is about family information. It is about your parents. Select the apt information. Options. It is very important as that's the only way for the university as well as the US government to inform someone who is willing to take your responsibility if something goes wrong. Then comes the question of other relatives and select whatever is applicable to you. Now comes third last section. It has 3 subsections. It deals with work and education history. Fill accordingly or just copy paste from your resume. Don't worry, the screen might occur several times while filling the form. It is very normal for session to time out. So now the importance of saving the application at every page. Just submit the code as shown on the screen and you will be good to go. Let's continue. The next section is about security. There are total 5 subsections and answers to most of them should be no unless any question is applicable to your situation. Let's just go through it quickly. Last section is student/exchange visa. It has two subsections. In first subsection, give two references and all their app details. In second subsections, enter all information about your service. You must have received the I-20 from your university. Provide all details from it. Service ID starts with letter N and is on the top right hand side of your I-20. So finally we have completed filling DS-160 form. But there is one last thing to do, that is review it. Review it carefully, and if changes are needed, then edit it. There is no need to upload any photograph as it will be clicked at the Application Service Center. Click on print and save the PDF of the application. Then finally sign and submit. While doing so, your travel document number will be asked along with a captcha. Keep the number handy. Once you have submitted the form, you will get a confirmation page with a confirmation number. The barcode number that is on the top right hand corner of the screen will be used while booking the visa slot. This information has to be carried at the time of your visa interview. So this is everything that you need to know about the DS-160 form, and if you have any queries, please feel free to comment your questions and we will answer them for you. All the best.